Hello, hello, and welcome to the Forgotten City. Adventure-y kind of a game. Don't know too overly much about it. Other than that, it began life, like a couple of games I played on this channel, as a mod for something else. I believe it was Skyrim. This was a very popular mod for that, and was so popular they decided to make it into its own full game. As you may be able to tell by the fact that there is a continue here. I had played this, or at least a very small bit of it before. I played this for half an hour, like 2.5 years ago, back in August of 2023. And then Oxenfree 2 came out, I believe, or Curse of the Golden Idol. One of those two things happened unexpectedly, and I ended up playing that instead. And I never went back to this until now. Do I remember terribly what happened? Not really. I know that there is gold involved. And Romans. And a camera. Let's just go, shall we? I wonder if I still have that footage from 2.5 years ago hanging around somewhere. Unsure. I should probably check. This is a mystery adventure with multiple endings.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
That'll do. It's me. It's not me. I wonder if I can delete my previous save file. It's me.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river?
Maybe
What's the
I
last
just
thing you remember?
like floating down rivers. Am I an archaeologist? A soldier? On the run from the law? Or barely remembering anything? Well, I have this hat. It's kind of an archaeologist-y type hat.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped, or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Mind if I ask some questions?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy, What do you want to know?
I always have questions. Who are you?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
Do you have a name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Nameless.
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al?
Fair enough. Who is Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
And where is this?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
That is where Romans were. Well, a place where Romans were. I kind of went all over the place, really.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
I meant with like a mobile phone, but not shouting.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Sure.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
And how did you get all the way out here? We have a flashlight. Or a torch, as I like to call it. It's a boat. It's a fire. It's a fillet of fish, probably. Oop. Sensitive scroll wheel on that flashlight. That's a ruin, alright. That's a column, alright. That's a jump button, alright. Always good to have one of those. It's a torch. It's a tree. It's a beam of light coming from a narrow hole. It's some water and a sprint button. It's the moon. It's a full moon. Pretty sturdy door. A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten. All knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
How much is Al worth? A golden carafe fixed permanently in place. A trapdoor going down. Luckily there was water down here. Gold. Gold statues. Is that a ghost? Whoops. Sorry. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. But in Latin. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I swear they move when you turn your back. It's only weeping angels. Which I don't think are typically made out of gold. And where are you running off to? Roman gladiator mid-stride. Surprisingly light doors, considering how they look. What's a loading screen? Whoop. Excuse me, door. Well, there's no one alive around here, for sure. Quick save. Large place. Didn't think I fell that far down. Okay, I'm going all the way over there, it looks like. Bump, 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 bump. Rough staircase.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Yeah, that's your opinion. It is weird seeing a golden statue wearing very modern clothing. Don't really get too many big statues of people made nowadays. I just kind of fell down here. It wasn't terrifically intentional, it just sort of happened. More by happenstance than anything else. It's a weird wibbly portal. Guess we're going into the weird wibbly portal. Tab to open the inventory. B to enter photo mode. And here we are again. Some other when. Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and 2 women. I wonder who they could be.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Well, I did kind of get lost. Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you?
Not entirely.
Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
Hold on, is there a TARDIS translation matrix going on? What's happening here?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
Well, I'm pretty sure lying isn't a good idea. So, I hail from the future. But, too far in the future for me to give you any lottery numbers.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's alright, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Thanks, I guess.
But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Lead the way.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
Funny. Hello.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
They sure do.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
Don't steal anything and don't hurt anyone.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum,
the bridge.
where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Hello.
He's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen.
Hello.
My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
How did he know I was here?
Follow me.
But sure.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
Oh, don't mind
Didn't
me.
matter whether he'd
I
done
just
anything
live
wrong.
here.
One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Not very much. Nice kitchen. Probably. From what I can see from it from the doorway. Hello.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I am him, and him is I. Thou art I art thou.
A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It's quite nice, yes.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Not personally.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Detectiving it is, then. These questions will be available later. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
But let's not insult the man by, well, is it insulting? Even so, I don't particularly want to get into a huge philosophical debate right off the bat.
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
I mean, all of those seem like fairly reasonable laws to me. What do you mean when you said, I must learn how to pronounce this name. Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal.
Snakes.
It's set to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Not exactly.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
There was a lot of golden statues around.
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does this ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Not that I was looking particularly hard, but,
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Well, if you don't use it, then I wouldn't be here in the first place, but then I wouldn't be here to stop you from doing it, meaning that you would have done it, and that's a paradox. But I'll do my best anyway.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Well, let's try not to do that, then. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Fair enough. If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Much as time paradoxes ever make sense. Ah, that's all the questions I had.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
It is investigating time.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it will win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Time to begin.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I'll get right on that. And I think that's up to where I got last time. Let's have a look-see here. See the objective markers for a given quest. Click the eye icon beside it. Create a time paradox. Figure out who is most likely to break the golden rule and inform Sentius. Figure out what's distressing Lucretia. And we have a couple of completed ones. In the inventory, we have one coin, one now highly anachronistic torch, and one inscribed stone tablet. And one quick save. Oh, let's immediately start poking about things that I can't read. Scintilla, to Sentinus may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you'll be re-elected, I'm sure of it. Summary, Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. There is no next page or previous page, it is one piece of paper. Another little private balcony there. The kitchen. There's not too much more to the room than what you could see through the doorway. Some pots. A stove. Yeah, the ventilation's not that bad. There's one very open door right there. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we ordeal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course, I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Let's leave that alone for the time being, since I've just been yelled at. Sculpture of Ares, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. And a vial of perfume. And we have another little bedroom here with an ink jar, a brass mirror. Not a terribly good mirror. A chest. Guide towards the objective.
Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare.
Anybody else been through here? I haven't seen anybody else in here. Just me. Then they've got a little courtyard out here too. And you are?
Don't mind me. I just live here. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I hail from the future.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Do you know a way out of here?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
Wow, this is another thread to follow. She was seeing someone?
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
I see. Is it possible her lover was involved?
I don't know. But it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Unless they're one of the other 3 people who disappeared. Well, other 2 people. I think there were 3 disappearances in total, right? Your father didn't mention any of this when I spoke to him.
That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done.
I'm not going to ask about why their names are all so similar. That doesn't seem particularly relevant to anything.
So you'll help me find her?
I'll look into it.
Oh, thank you. You should probably take a look through her room. It's the one just by the front door. Maybe you'll find something the rest of us missed.
I was hoping for that permission. Now she won't shout at me when I look in the chest.
Thank you.
I'll get right on it. Nothing but some money. The mirror is in fact a mirror. We got a comb. We got a vial. And another vial. And another vial. All the same. Scrolls. Ceramic ink jar made from soot and water. There's a note under the bed that I can crawl on top of for whatever reason. Scintilla to Cynthius and Cynthia may Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I am sorry to leave you this way, but I found a way to escape and I must take it. I hope we meet again someday. Oh, you didn't search the room terribly well, did you?
What have you discovered?
I found a letter.
What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed it. Strange, but well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Scintilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Possible the letter was planted, I guess. Can't exactly do a handwriting analysis. I have nothing else to compare it to. Or, well, don't have the tech. Ask Yulia about Scintilla's escape plan. Well, just as soon as I know where that person is, I will get right on that.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Hope to ask you some questions. No, I wasn't.
Good.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the Golden Rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question. Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Get back to it then. What you doing?
What were you two talking about?
Huh?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
He didn't exactly intend to vote.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
Am I even eligible to vote? I don't think I'm on the census. I only just got here.
Good. Then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Mind if I ask some questions?
Can't hurt.
Who are you?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
Okay. May I get to Malleolus?
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
Ah, bribery.
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
Uh-huh.
Just make it good.
I'll think about it. Do you know a way out of here?
When Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think it's gone on long enough, and Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
How's he gonna do that?
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Alright. Can I help?
We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Alright. I think I know this, the answer to this question. But let's ask it anyway.
Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect us?
May I speak with Julia?
She's not here. Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic this morning. Shrine of Apollo. She was acting sick. Faking it, if you ask me. Typical.
Oh, well, I had to go there for something else anyway, so,
Whatever.
that's convenient.
Just remember, I'll be watching.
But not in your peripheral vision, not with that helmet. Yeah, you're not doing much watching. Not with the, that helmet. And you currently looking at the floor. Hello.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind. What now?
Mind if I ask you some questions?
I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughter, I should say, and the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
May I go on your register?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl, and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some Genetricum fugitive tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
There's a lot of floating in rivers going on these days. And in future days, too.
Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Sentilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that.
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
Do you know a way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
May I see your register?
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
This should be helpful. Summary of each person in the city in alphabetical order. And what they do. And where they live. Aurelia Claudia Decius. Domitus Dulius. Equitia. Fabia Galerius Georgius. Hannibal. Horatius. Kurabash. Julia Livia Lucretia. Malleus. The Loan Shark. Navia Octavia. Rutius. Sentia. Scintilla. Missing. Locked herself in the palace. Disappeared. Died in the cistern. Imprisoned in the warehouse. Sentius Ulpius Virgil. Very much.
Of course.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like hundred-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
If you're willing to cope with the constant paranoia, then sure.
A war crime? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent. Good. Perhaps we'll make a legionary out of you yet.
I don't want to agree with you, but I do. Or at least that seems to be how things do be.
If you like.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius. Unfortunately, I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery, and intimidation. The man's a savage, but he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Can I help?
I appreciate the thought, but you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon. In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings.
Figure out how to make Malleus drop out of the election. That may be tricky. Can we talk about Scintilla?
What business is that of yours?
I'm looking into it.
A lot of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
Nothing in particular, but why not?
I suppose that's true.
Did you notice anything suspicious before she went missing?
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose.
Ask residents of the villa for clues. Let's not throw out random accusations. At least, not yet.
Fine. Alright. Please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Conversation on the stairs. Someone else was wandering around after you, but they appear to have vanished. What's this building? Who lives here? Cabbage? Sleeping quarters. Anonymous friend to Octavia, may the Lord bless and keep you. I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person, but if I am right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship openly here, but know that you're not alone. If you ever feel like you need somewhere to pray, there's a special place waiting for you deep in the caves behind the theatre. Turn right at the first fork, and again at the second. Directions to a secret shrine. Let's not steal all the money I really have no use for anyway.
Ove.
Hello there.
A new face.
Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Just roaming around, asking people about the everything. Who might you be?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Apologies.
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
Sure. How did you end up here?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
Wibbly wobbly time portal.
I wonder if... No. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too?
Couple of people.
I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
I've already picked up that people are ending up floating in rivers a lot.
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too. Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the Golden Rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you?
I'll be careful, especially around rivers.
Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
I'll get right on that.
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbours.
I mean, I have a lot of things to get on, but,
Ave again.
get on with.
Did you find what you need?
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Sure.
Wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now, the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately, the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Borsis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic, realizing only a select few possess such powers. Says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Borsis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
I mean, they're gods. Especially the trickster god. What do you expect? I was thinking of something to compare it to, and I did manage to think of something. It's like Beauty and the Beast, right? Person turns up at manor, asks for a place to stay, gets rejected, reveals themselves to be all magic-y and curses the beast to turn into a beast.
I'm pleased to hear it.
What's the status of the election?
It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Who's allowed to vote?
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course.
The women can't vote?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent, but if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
And unfortunately, they won't get that right. For an incredibly unfairly long time yet. Such as?
By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
What's your role in the election?
I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed.
Allowed to run the election, but not vote in one.
You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
Can I nominate myself? Let's not start the election now.
Certainly.
Do you know a way out of here?
I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another. Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Will do. I can. I've already been in this room. Throw down a quick save, why not? Anything going on up here? Not a lot. We have so many quests, leads. Listen to the stories of everyone who would tell me, figure out what they have in common. This door down here. What's this? Do not enter the cistern. See Domitius for details. Okay. I need to find whoever that is and ask them about that.